have narrow feet, you know how frustrating it is to find shoes that actually fit. And if you've ever felt like the entire footwear industry has just forgotten women like us, well, you're right, because they are definitely hard to find. Today, I'm introducing you to one of the best walking shoes for narrow feet, the Brooks Adrenaline. I'm sharing the 4 reasons why it stands out, and it might just become your favorite too. Now, if you spent way too long settling for close enough, this one's for you. Plus, as a footwear insider, I'm pulling back the curtain on why so few brands make narrow options. So stick around to the end for my knowledge drop. If you're new to my channel, type new in the comments. I'll send you a quick wave back because I would love, love, love to meet you ladies. I'm Marysue, founder of the Trusty Shoe Guides, and I've spent decades in the shoe industry designing and studying what makes a shoe truly supportive. I'm here every week with real advice, honest reviews, and support for your journey to comfortable, joyful movement at every age. Let's dive into the 4 reasons the Brooks Adrenaline made my best walking shoe for narrow feet. Number 1, a narrow last. The secret to a great fit lies in the last. Now that's the mold used to shape the shoe upper. Think of it as a shoe's blueprint, designed to match the shape of the foot. Now, a narrow last creates shoes that hugs your narrow foot comfortably so your foot stays secure. Now, some shoes are specifically made with narrow lasts, while others naturally run slim. The Brooks Adrenaline is a shoe made on a narrow last, but the shoe does a little bit of both because this is a running shoe designed for stability. So it's designed a little narrow and it's made to fit snug. So if you're an A, you'll be able to wear the medium width. And if you're a AA or narrower, I would get the narrow. Number 2, stability. The Brooks offers what they call guide rail technology. It's like a helpful walking buddy for your feet. If your feet start to roll too far inward or outward while you walk, the guide rails gently step in to guide your feet back into alignment, kind of like having training wheels. This extra support keeps your ankles and knees aligned and correct any gait issues. The result? Less strain on your knees, ankles, and fewer of those annoying aches and pains after a long walk. And there's a ton of padding around the collar. I mean, take a look at this. Honestly, it feels as good as it looks. Number 3, shock-absorbing midsole. Now, the midsole is the heart of a walking shoe. It determines the shoe's feel and how it softens impact and how it wears over time. Now, Brooks gives you a really nice amount of support and cushioning in this shoe. They call it nitrogen-infused DNA foam, which sounds fancy, but what it really means is the bottom is soft, responsive, and bounces back instead of flattening out like cheaper foams do. That's especially important when you walk because this kind of foam absorbs impact each time your foot hits the ground. So your joints and knees don't take a beating and your walks will feel way more comfortable. Now, usually when a shoe gives you this much stability like the Adrenaline, you sometimes have to sacrifice the soft, cushy feel, but not so much in this one. Brooks somehow manages to give you the best of both worlds, solid support and decent cushioning. Now, there are shoes that offer more cushioning if you like that more marshmallowy feel, but you will lose some stability. And I think that Adrenaline is a good balance between these two. And for walking, stability is important. But real quick, if you're thinking about getting a pair of shoes in this video, use the link in the description or comments below. Now, I didn't get this shoe for free. I bought it, and I only review products that I personally love. But if you use the link, I'll receive a small commission at no additional cost to you, which enables me to continue to share my shoe knowledge with like-minded women like yourself. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Back to my best walking shoes for narrow feet, the Brooks Adrenaline. Number 4, breathable upper. Why does it matter in a walking shoe? Well, did you know that your feet have, are you ready, 250,000 sweat glands? This means that they can pump out up to a half a pint of sweat a day. Yep, it's a little bit gross, but it's true. And if that moisture doesn't have a chance to escape, it leads to smelly feet and stinky shoes, and worse yet, you can even get a fungus. That's why breathability isn't just a bonus, it's a must-have. And the Brooks Adrenaline features a breathable mesh upper that will keep air flowing so your feet stay cool, dry, and way more comfortable, no matter how far you walk. But quick favor, if you're getting some value from this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up or share it with a friend, maybe even a walking buddy. That would mean the world to me. Brooks makes this shoe in many colors, but for narrow, they only offer a light color and then usually black. Now this cute gray color with the pink details is one of my favorite colors, and it's offered in the narrow. Now a word about fit. Now, I always order a half size up from my regular size in an athletic shoe, and I would do the same in this one. So this is the first time wearing a running shoe. Order a half size up from what you wear in a casual shoe or a dress shoe. For all these reasons, the Brooks Adrenaline made my list for the best walking shoe for narrow feet. The narrow last that will hug your slim foot. The built-in arch stabilizing rails will help your narrow feet stay aligned and can ease knee, back, and foot pain. The shock-absorbing midsole softens every step, making walks more comfortable. And the breathable mesh upper keeps your slim feet cool and dry, even on long walks. So if you're looking for a true narrow fit and a super supportive walking shoe, check out the Brooks Adrenaline. Okay, so why don't more brands make narrow shoes? To make a proper narrow shoe, a brand can't just tweak the regular one. They need to build it on a completely different last. That's the mold that shapes the shoe. And creating a last is expensive, and it requires separate tooling, separate production runs, and additional testing to get the fit right. But that's only part of the challenge. Once the shoe is made, brands have to stock more inventory, narrow widths in every size, color, and style. That means more money tied up, more risk if the inventory does not turn fast enough. So some brands wait until they have a home run on their hands before they make the investment in narrow. That's why when you finally find a narrow shoe, it's usually in their best-selling style that's already proven. Here's the hard truth. Women with narrow feet make up a small percentage of the population. So from a business perspective, many brands decide it's just not worth the investment, leaving narrow-footed women out in the cold. But that doesn't mean that you have to settle. Some brands still make supportive, stylish, narrow shoes. You just have to know where to look. And that's where I come in. Thank you, friends.